Well, thanks so much. Do keep that microphone. Sounds better, that one. But gosh, there's so many thoughts I'd love to share with you. But one thing that if I may be allowed to share with you before we move on, is that can I please beg your assistance in not buttonholing the sport as a sport that's played by them and not by us. It is our sport. It's not a them versus us. And yes, you could argue that it's played more in towns that are non-metropolises, but it's but that's only a fallacy, because the truth is that it's also played with equal vigor and it's equally popular in all the biggest cities of India as well. And I will mention only one fact, which I hope will startle all of you in case you weren't there for our last media get-together, that if there is an El Dorado, if there's a city of gold, if there's, the biggest commercial capital in our country, it is this wonderful city of Mumbai. And you might say, Mumbai, with all its slickness and sophistication, Kabaddi? No. But how much is in your magnificent city of Mumbai? This is not a village. This is not rural India. It is the heart of urban India. This is elite India. And the largest number of clubs in any one city are in... That's right, my best friend to the right. And by the way, there are other teams. Let's all not run to Jaipur. Aur bhi log hain, aur bhi sheher hain. In the west, there's Mumbai, Ronnie Screwwala, Pune, with their Kotak and Company. He's got a couple of other people involved. We move to the east, there's Kolkata with Kishore Biani, our retail king, and Vizag with a group of entrepreneurs from Hyderabad called Core Green. And in the south, we have Chennai and Bangalore. Chennai is with another group of people called Kalpati Investments, who also are into movies and many other kinds of investments. They are very strong partners. Chennai and all these states we're talking about, all these cities are very strong Kabaddi citadels, castles of Kabaddi. And in Bangalore, we are about to sign with somebody. So I'm not, going to take that name for another couple of days till we sign. But there is another very strong party that has cable interest in Pan-India. And so those are our 8 cities. We are, of course, limited to franchise-ship in cities which have quality indoor stadia. So there are a handful more in the country, and we hope that there are a few more indoor stadiums that are built in time, which we can go to later. But we have pledged that we will not exceed this 8 city limit for the next 3 years, and only then plan to maybe take in more. So, yeah, go ahead. Well, thank you. Abhishek says, format of the tournament, very simple. It's a very full-fledged, mature home and away league. 8 teams. They play 7 matches at home and 7 away. And of course, then the top 4 reach the knockouts, which is semi-finals, and 3rd, 4th place, as well as the final. So simple, league come knockout. No huge reinvention of the wheel. There's 5 weeks of continuous action, prime time on Star, and I hope the rest of the country will wake up to the game and its charms, thanks to everybody in front of us here today.
Yeah, hi. Hi, good afternoon, Charu. Hi, Abhishek.
Long time.
It's on, yeah. Can you get my voice? Yeah. Yeah, first of all, this press conference looks very different than Kabaddi. I've attended an N number of Kabaddi press conferences. This is like Cricket World Cup here. A lot of people here, though, who have been covering Kabaddi regularly from the vernacular media. Yeah, my question is, Abhishek said Amitabh Bachchan and Ganga Ki Saugan for the uninitiated. It was also Veer Zara, the young generation may know. Yeah, you have covered all the ground, all the base. Going back from Punjab to Maharashtra, wherever you pick up Kabaddi. I just want to know, what is the method by which you're going to pick the players, A, and how you're going to mix it? And also, is it only about catching the eyeballs, or are you also going to promote at the grassroots level so that you have this, new crop of players coming up, and how you're going to roll them or mix them?
Okay, so the question, many parts. Let me answer the first, which is most relevant, very quickly. The word auction may be misunderstood by various people. It's not a question of buying players and,
They came up with the concept of let's start at the top. Let's give them a goal to try and achieve. It is something which is never been done before in sport, actually. Every time you work your way up from the bottom. Charu's vision was, let's give them an ideal. Let's give them a goal to work towards. Hoping that this trickle effect happens all the way down. He's just told you the amount of Kabaddi clubs there are in just Mumbai city. Imagine pan-India how many there are. To reach out to all of them is a huge task. The numbers are outstanding. It would not be possible for us at this stage of the league to be able to lay out a web wide enough to cover all the clubs and the Kabaddi players in India. So this is our start, and we hope maybe with time to come, maybe we can set up more infrastructure on a grassroots level. But this, we feel right now, is the correct way to achieve some sort of movement throughout, you know, all the leagues, all the clubs through the country. And, you know, a big motivator for me as a franchisee owner, or be it in any sport in India, is I really would love to change a certain mindset in India. I believe being a sportsman is a very good career option. That's a mindset that we have in India, that, you know, sportsmen are not taken seriously. It's not a serious job. Engineer ban jao, you know, join the IAS or whatever. Those are all respectable jobs. But I'd like to change the mindset that sports also is an avenue that you can put your children into, and it is something that can secure their future. And we hope, having employed this route, that we will concentrate on the apex of the pyramid and hope that that trickles down, that we serve also to a certain effect that we help change your mindset that being a sports person, being associated with sport in some which way, is a respectable career option, is a remunerative career option, and is something that you can base your future on. Currently, it's still looked upon as, acha ye to khel kood kar rahe hain. You know, I look upon sport very seriously. And if you see the world over, it's considered a very serious career option. And I hope we manage to make a small dent in that, in the thought process of, you know, our families, where people do start looking upon their children, pushing them into sport and saying, yes, this is something you can make a career out of.
Thanks. Yeah, just to also answer.
The stadium did not meet the criteria set out by the federation. As and when they are developed, Charu has already thought about opening up franchisees over there. So a lot of the cities that you see that are franchisees already in Pro Kabaddi are heavily dependent on what kind of infrastructure that already exists in those centers. So as and when these stadiums come up which meet their guidelines, we'll be more than happy to welcome more franchisees.
Couldn't have put it better myself. And of course, to have that minimum standard, we also have World Sports Group, who are our marketing and venue arrangement partners. So just a quick mention there. Thank you, WSG.
Yeah, Abhishek.
Yeah, the ladies, please.
Pardon me, a special message for my father. Yeah. Thank you for introducing me to Kabaddi. And I've seen the film. Bhutnath is a wonderful film. It's a very responsible film. I wish it all the best, especially for the producers, BR Films, who are very old family friends. Bhutnath was already an immensely popular film when it released. Bhutnath Returns, I hope, will do even better, and I wish them and the cast and the crew all the very best. I thoroughly enjoyed the film, and I hope the audience does. Yeah. Oh, enjoy it.
Tonight? Wow. Okay, and you said you're a Kabaddi fan? Kya? And
okay.
What do you mean during school time?
Where are you watching it in PVR? To Nazdeek hai, no problem.
Please.
Hi Abhishek.
Hi.
You just said that you are a sports enthusiast. Have you ever played this sport? And if yes, what is that one thing that you love about this sport?
You know, like I said earlier on, when I was a child, hamare ghar mein we have a garden, and my father had taught me Kabaddi then, and we used to play it. I have a lot of cousins, so we used to all play. Khas karke jab we moved to New Delhi in the mid-80s, and I was studying in school there, and I used to play Kabaddi there for the school. I mean, I was a junior, I was in 3rd or 4th standard. But I used to play over there. It was one of the sports in your sports time. So I've played Kabaddi as a child, but predominantly with my father had taught it to me when I was a kid. And I think most Indians tend to play because it's such an easy sport. You know, you don't require anything. You need a bit of space and that's it. And 2 teams and you can play. what attracted me to the sport, I mean, you saw the AV, right? It's fantastic. It's such a competitive sport. You have to see these Kabaddi players. You'll be blown away with their athleticism. You know, and the audiovisual does not exaggerate when it talks about all the attributes of all these different sports all put into one. And if you think about it, we have such wonderful sports, but they're all very specialized. Here's one sport which is encapsulating of all the qualities that these sportsmen need. And these Kabaddi players are so down to earth, they're so humble, they're so eager, and they're so happy. You know, when we announced this, you should have seen how happy they were that they were going to get this opportunity. And, you know, I think the sport is just a wonderful and a very captivating sport to watch. And, but mostly because it is our sport. You know, that's something which I'm a bit of a sentimentalist. So that's something that means a lot to me. This is our sport. This is India's sport. And we're the best at it. And we will remain the best at it. And it's fantastic that we get this opportunity to put this league together.
Abhishek here. Yep, here.
Hi.
First of all, congratulations for this initiative.
Thank you.
So, आपकी टीम का नाम जानना चाहूँगा सर जो आपने जयपुर के लिए
We've not kept a team yet, the name yet.
Okay.
And as soon as I decide that, I'll let you know.
Okay. And दूसरा सवाल मेरा ये है कि जितने भी नए